What is up, everybody? It is Thursday, April 2nd, 2020. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, pretty well. Again, today's episode, I'm going to get my sponsorship out of the way right away this time instead of having it at the end because, well, your sponsors don't want you to talk about it at the end of the show when nobody's paying attention. But today's show is brought to you by caffeine pills because, well, I don't drink coffee or tea, so I take caffeine pills instead to wake up because I don't like the taste of coffee and I can take it with something with any kind of beverage instead of just a hot beverage. So I just will take like a caffeine pill with some water and it's great. Or I can take it with like orange juice in the morning. So it's awesome. So today's show is probably powered by caffeine pills, quite literally, because, well, I needed one of them today, but that's okay. So that is just fine and dandy. How has everybody's day gone so far? It is Thursday, so that's great. So more than halfway through the week, almost all the way done, but still plenty of time to go. So we shall see, we shall see. My computer keeps trying to log me in and out. Sometimes it appears that's not great, but that's okay. But today is Thursday, another day not locked down here in Iowa. We are being told that we can't lock the state down thanks to Kimmy Ray Ray, so that's okay. But enough political grandstanding for one day, I guess. I guess the one other note of things that I have to talk about, because I have so many show notes for this show, it's great. I come prepared every single day, is the SAS post that Jeff Timms made in the SAS channel on Microsoft Teams. Included a wonderful little reference to the Sandlot movie with his forever, like spelled out. Fortunately, I was able to locate the GIF and include that in my response, and it did make me want to watch The Sandlot, so maybe I'll watch that this weekend. Very classic baseball movie, very nostalgic, happier times and all that fun stuff. But I forget when they made the sequel. They made a Sandlot too. It wasn't very good. It's The Sandlot. You don't really improve The Sandlot in any way. So maybe I'll watch The Sandlot this weekend. But The Sandlot too, it's a movie. It's not the worst movie ever. It's not a very good movie. And Sandlot, it's a classic movie. Classic baseball movie. Classic growing up kind of movie a little bit too. So good old Sandlot. Yeah, I'll probably watch that at some point, so that's okay. It's also not like a 2.5 hour long movie, which is wonderful because so many movies these days are super duper long. And sometimes you need that much time to tell the story that you want to tell. And full credit to the writers, directors, creators for trying to put as much of the story that they want to tell into the film that they're making. But gosh darn it, if it's going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes, it's going to be a long time. That is an investment. That's a long time. Going to a movie theater, again, obviously we can't do that right now because, well, lockdown. But that's a long time to sit there. And at a movie theater, you can't be like, hey, we need to like pause the movie. I'm going to go to the bathroom, or I'm hungry. I need more food. Because, well, this is like stressing me out, like the whole end game. It's like, okay, yeah, midway through the movie, it's like, okay, I'm getting stressed out here. I need to like stress eat or something. But I'm not going to leave because then I'm going to miss something. Watching it at home, yeah, I can pause it. I can come back to it. I can do whatever. So it's great. So that's good. But long movies in the movie theater, even if it's like, if the movie has been like edited and built and like sound mixed for a theater, sitting there for 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 45 minutes, 3 hours, oh man. You better have like some like delivery service for concessions or something because it's a long time to go without eating anything. And concessions are not cheap in a movie theater either. So I'm not going to buy popcorn that I can try to like eat throughout the movie because it's movie butter. It's movie popcorn. You're probably going to eat most of it within the first half hour of the movie because it's there and you're going to eat it. So that's not great. But I'm also not going to like get popcorn, put a lid on it, put it next to me, and then let it sit. Because then it gets cold. And cold popcorn is not that good. And if I'm trying to watch a movie, I want my popcorn to be warm. So I sneak a little bit of food into the movie theater if needed. Like I have snuck a granola bar. I have snuck a bag of fruit snacks. That is about it. Nothing very big, Sarah. I do not sneak that much food into movie theaters. Um, I will sometimes also like so I live in Grimes, but it's basically Johnston. So I am really close to the Johnston High School that got built 5 years ago. Somebody who's been here longer than me tell me. But the football stadium's right over there, and my first cousin once removed plays in the marching band. So like I can go to the football game and mainly to watch their performance. But concession, I mean, it's like okay, yeah, I'm. If they want me to support the band, I will make a donation to the band. I don't necessarily want to buy the concessions. Also, they have Chick-fil-A at the concessions now. That's weird for high school. Just the classic, I mean, slightly trashy, like prototypical concessions is just fine, I think. Don't need to have Chick-fil-A in a concession stand. But like I will take like if I mean it's close enough that I could walk there. It's probably just around a mile, which is fine. Like in the fall if it's not raining. So that works pretty well. But like I'll take a drawstring bag with a blanket to sit on, and the blanket fills up most of the bag. But I can like slide a little bit of food in there, and you get asked like, okay, do you have any food in here? It's like, no, it's a blanket, see, and you can't see anything. So don't do what I do. Don't do that too much. Don't abuse the system. But I'll sneak a little bit of food into stuff because, well, sometimes they don't have the food that I want to eat. Like I want to have a granola bar or I want to have fruit snacks, and y'all don't sell that at the concession stand. So I don't really want to have a hot dog either. And overpriced Chick-fil-A, no thanks. I get it's like okay, yes, it supports high school sports and stuff, but I don't know if I really want to do that by buying a chicken sandwich. But that's okay. But no, Sandlot, nice short movie. Can easily just sit. Now I'm looking down at my couch and my TV. So like I can go down there and it's probably 90 to 95 minutes and that's great. And I'm done with it. It's none of this like, oh hey, 2.5 hour long movie. Oh, and guess what? It's like actually a 2-part movie. So you have to wait another year for it to come out. Looking at you, Harry Potter. Looking at you, what was it? Hunger Games? Was Hunger Games split into 2 movies in the last one? I have not. I saw the first Hunger Games movie. I don't think I ever saw any of the others. Didn't read the books. But here, let's split a book into 2 parts for a movie. And everybody who's read the book is going to certainly know what's going to happen, but we're just not going to care because we're going to be a cash grab and stuff. It's like, and that's, again, it's like, okay, you want to properly tell the story. Okay, yeah, you probably need 2 parts, but it's not great. And it's like, well, it's not so good. Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on the name. Infinity War and Endgame, that worked really well for 2 movies. And I mean, again, so much happens in there. You could probably get it down to like 1 3.5 hour movie. Instead, you split it and you get longer movies and you can make more money and yada, yada, yada. But that's okay. But I'm completely a fan of shorter movies. It's so much easier to watch them. And it doesn't feel like I have to commit an entire afternoon to watch 1 movie. I can watch 2 or 3 movies in like 5 hours and that's fine. But Mackenzie asks, where would I put a third eye? Maybe. It's like, okay, if you're thinking about, it's like, okay, you've got, like, okay, this is going to get really kind of technical. But, okay, right now you are, like, looking around and you've got input from, like, you've got visual input going into your brain through the 2 eyes in the front. Now, if you've got a third eye in the front, it's just going to make, like, the picture's probably just going to get a little more detailed. If it's just in a third eye, in terms of, like, if it's in your forehead and you're just looking around, it'll just, unless you're, like, really like skilled or just special in some way where you can actually like focus your eyes on two different things, the third eye is not going to be like super helpful because like, okay, it's going to be one more, like you'll get a little bit different angle to like focus on stuff, but not that much. But if it's in the back of your head, now imagine like you're looking forward, but your other eye is looking backward. And how does that all get pieced together? Like, does your brain like flip? Like, are you only looking one way? Like, okay, hey, you're looking behind your head, and then you're looking forward. And if that's the case, it's like, well, that'd be fine, I think, to a point. Like, okay, I can look behind me, okay, but then I don't see what's in front of me. And maybe you can flip it really quick, and that's fine. And that, I'm guessing you probably, like, our brains are probably, yeah, like kind of like a backup camera. But our brains are fast enough to be able to flip back and forth. So maybe that's what it would be like. But the thought of that is it's a little off-putting to think about, oh, hey, yeah, we're flipping back and forth real quick. There are plenty of situations. If everything like worked out and like I had an understanding of how this is going to work, yeah, I'd probably say like the back of my head. But also hair. But like, is it just going to be like a hole in my hair? And then there's an eyeball? Or is it like in the back of the back of your neck? But then it's below where the like your other eyes are. It's like it's here, like in the back of your neck. So it's probably what? That's like 4 or 5 inches at least if it's in the back of your neck. It's a different angle too, and that's a little strange. But I mean, I'd probably behind me. If like I think riding my bike outside. Again, now I'm thinking like, okay, if I'm like this, I don't know where I'd want it to be, but having it behind me and being able to like check, okay, is there a car coming? Is there somebody sneaking up? Like, is there something behind me that I can't necessarily see? And like turning my head then takes my view off of the road in front of me. So if I'm able to like flip back and forth, that would be helpful like on a bike. So probably in the back of my head, but that's a lot of thought going into like how would all of that work. So yeah, that's just weird to think about too. And all the hair and stuff would be like, what are you gonna do with the hair? And yeah, so probably yeah, back of the head. That would probably be it. But I don't want to. The logistics weird me out a little bit, but that's okay. What else? We're going to go back to the length of visual medium stuff being put out there because, well, I have stuff to say about that, I guess. So, again, movies sometimes are too long, it's fine. But people also want to, like, not have to spend the entire day doing stuff. Yes, Dan, we can see me do some pull-ups today. I haven't done some pull-ups for a while, so that'll be good. But so there is a show called The Orville that Seth MacFarlane directs, writes. He acts in it as well. It was on Fox, and with it being any kind of show on television, you are restricted to like half-hour or 60-minute blocks of time in which you try to fit an episode in. So it's like 20 to 22, or 40 to 44 minutes. So that's very restricting in terms of what kind of story you're going to tell in each episode. So The Orville was, I don't know if it was dropped by Fox or if MacFarlane's just like, hey, I want to move it somewhere else so I have more creative freedom to determine the length of the episode, like episode by episode. So you could have a 45-minute episode and then you could have a half-hour episode. I think like the second episode of The Mandalorian, for example, was unusually shorter compared to the rest of them because the story needed less time to tell that portion, or the episode could be shorter because of what they wanted to tell and such, which was nice. So the Orville is getting moved to Hulu. I don't know when it actually is going to actually be on Hulu now, because it is, I mean, filming has stopped in a bunch of places. So I guess we'll kind of wait and see there. But it's like, again, stuff on TV makes sense. Yes, there's commercials and all of that wonderful stuff that everybody has to abide to. It's the same kind of thing with sports broadcasts. But giving creators more freedom to determine the length of an episode because of how they want to tell the story would be nice to see. Quickly, before I go and do the pull-ups that Dan is probably vehemently requesting from his computer screen and just begging me to do all of the pull-ups that I can do, which is not very many, but that's okay. Tiger says, probably should have bought some crude oil yesterday for the investment question. Probably. But again, I follow, like I said earlier this week, like I've got a bunch of flights saved because, like, well, baseball season and stuff. But I saw a bunch of my flights almost like double in price, like going from like 120 to 250. So I was like, yeah, something happened. I don't know what happened, and I don't know why, because I'm not that connected to stuff. But yeah, it's like, okay, everything got much more expensive. So I'm not quite sure what did that, but that was definitely a thing that happened. And I've used like Robinhood a little tiny bit for like investing, and found out today that I got approved to buy like fractional shares. So your boy gonna buy like a tenth of a stock of Amazon now, because that would be like $15, and I could buy like a quarter stock of like Apple or something. So that's super fun. But yay for fractional shares. And yeah, stuff's been, yeah, that jumped up. And again, with this whole like lockdown, not lockdown here in Iowa, I haven't had to fill up with gas yet. So we'll see if gas prices jump back up before I actually need to go fill up with gas. So we shall see. Anyway, before Dan jumps out of his skin waiting for me to do pull-ups, I guess I can go do a few pull-ups. I will be back. I'm not going to take my microphone with me. I have explored doing that, but I don't really know a good way to hang it from the bar without it either like swaying or me hitting it. So it's going to stay here. You're not really going to hear me. And then I'll come back and you all can critique my pull-up form and berate me that I have not improved since last week, Monday, which is fine, but that's okay. I don't know what that image is, Dan. I'm going to hover over it with my mouth and see if it tells me. Elbow bump. Okay. Is that like fist bump kind of thing? Okay. And I'm looking at like my tiny laptop screen and I see elbow bump. So I guess then that's not showing on the stream. But that emoji is elbow bump, which I did not know. Today I learned. Thank you, Dan. I'll be back. Oh. Okay. This. Up from the knees. Improvement. I got 7. Woo! Where'd it go? Lots of tangling here, but look at all those pull-ups. I got 7, guys. I've improved. What's 1/6? Like a 16% increase. That's huge. In like a week and a half, so. And I'm now out of breath, but whew, yay for me. All 7 pull-ups. Whoa. This is the disadvantage of me doing pull-ups on stream. I'm then out of breath, and that's not so great. But, okay. Elbow bump, yep. Whew. Shucks, no, I'm out of breath and I can't talk. What's gonna... Well, the thing is, doing it like every day, Tiger, is probably fine, but rest days are also important. So, we'll see. Ooh, this isn't good. I'm out of breath. Okay. Ooh. Oh, man, I don't want to do exercise challenges. That seems like work. And it's probably important. It would be good work to do, but oh, I should ride my bike again. I haven't ridden my bike in a while. So, we shall see. Ooh. Okay. Yep. 6 weeks. And I guess I've got 6 weeks too. Till we are due to go back into the office, at least, with the latest date that they've set. So, we'll see. That's a lot of pull-ups, though. Is that 50 pull-ups, like, consecutively? Or just, like, being able to do 50 pull-ups in a day? Because that's two different things, and it's also a lot of pull-ups. I don't know if I really want to... Like, okay, that's probably fine, but after a certain point, it's just... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But, okay. Whew. Oh, that does still come through. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah. Maybe not 6 weeks. Yeah. And it's like 100 push-up kind of... Yeah, it's like... That would make a little bit more sense because, again, push-ups, you're doing a portion of your body weight. Pull-ups, you are doing your whole body weight. So, we'll see. But... Oh, my arms are sore. Oh, no. That's okay. Anyway. Okay. April 2nd. Did anybody have small, little, harmless pranks pulled on them yesterday? Hopefully nothing too big. I use Discord, which is like it's like Teams, but it's much more, it's used a lot more by like gaming stuff and different gaming communities. And one of the servers, aka Teams, that I am on had changed their icon to make it look like you've got a notification. First time I saw that, oh my gosh, I went through every single channel to see if I had some kind of mention. And it bugged me to no end. I'm like, why do I not see this? And then I realized that, they changed the logo. Because there was another one that, a different server that had changed theirs as well, and it was more obviously a prank. So then I realized that this other one was a prank as well. It's like, that was 5 minutes of my time going through all the different channels to figure out where this mention was and not being able to find it. So slightly frustrating, but again, one of the more harmless pranks you could pull on April Fool's Day. So that was okay. But I didn't see any major ones out there. I didn't see really any ones from different companies that really kind of set people off in some way. So that's a good thing because, again, it's 3 months into, we're through 3 months and it's been probably 2 or 3 years already for some people. So that's a good thing that we didn't further their anything. So that's good. Okay. Oh, really? Did they do that? Good for them. And isn't Jesse McCartney supposed to be the turtle? I saw that going somewhere on Twitter yesterday, that the turtle is Jesse McCartney. But again, that is, the only Masked Singer performance that I have seen is the one in Korea that Eric Thames, a former brewer, did. Because he spent 3 years there, 3 years in Korea, playing baseball there and was a big celebrity. I think won MVP at least once. So when he came back and performed on that, it was kind of a big deal. That's the only thing I've seen. And the cover of it, interesting. I mean, I guess it probably, is a Masked Singer live? I have no idea if it's live. So it either got planned and people were like, okay, hey, this is probably going to air here. So we're going to do this and it's going to be funny. But he didn't actually do it on April 1st. So I don't know if the Masked Singer is done live. Probably not, but who knows. Yeah, probably not then. It's very strange to think about. It's like, yeah, all of these shows that have been, like all of the reality shows that have been recorded with audiences, now it's like, oh, hey, it's these giant collections of people. It's like, no, this isn't live. Don't worry, it's fine. And again, yeah, and then this is me being so smart. Yeah, the judges do not sit 6 feet apart. So that's definitely it's definitely recorded, which is fine. Shows how like together I'm with it right now. Looks like I need to power more caffeine pills, but that's okay. What else? Come on, thank you. Darn computer. Just in case, but then it said go black every like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and pardon me, I'm busy talking. I don't have the whatever. It's fine. I guess I could change the setting, but we'll see. Power saving and stuff. What else is going on? I am almost all the way through the Marbula 1 videos. So that's been exciting. I think I've just got the final qualifying and race video to watch. So that's been fun. But I'll probably watch the rest of that this evening. I don't know if anybody's a Bears fan out there, so this probably doesn't pertain to you if you care. But there's a Packers podcast that is doing a rewatch of like the 2013 Week 17 game, so maybe I'll watch that tonight. That'll be kind of fun, and they're doing like commentary and stuff on it, so that'll be cool. Tiger threw in a question. Thank you, Tiger. What do you miss most about the pre-COVID-19 life? The probably just like being able to go do something like, oh, there's no like the lack of concern about going somewhere and the risk associated with it. But like, okay, yeah, I could just like, I think my running shoes are fine, but I could pop over to the local running store and just like get their opinion on it. Well, they're closed now, so I can't do that. Or I'm thinking about getting something and maybe I'll go to like Best Buy and like if I'm looking at getting something techie, like I'll go to Best Buy and I can talk to some people about that, or I can just kind of peruse stuff. And if it's not there, if I don't really want to get it, I can just leave. Instead of like, okay, no, if that was supposed to be the case, I would have to order the item, go to the store, have it brought to my car, come back home, test it, see if I wanted it, and then try to return it, in which case they would also come back out to my car to grab it. So is probably the like freedom to kind of do what I may like, kind of what I want, without worrying about the inherent dangers of it. But I'm not saying that like, okay, it's not, oh hey, no, all of our freedoms and liberties have been restricted because of this and it's a horrible, horrible thing. It's like, well, no, we're doing it because of safety, which is a good thing. So I don't feel too bad. Yeah, it's like I've enjoyed not having to make the commute that I've had, but at the same time, it's like, well, like yes, missing coworkers is fine and all, because like I mean it's a thing, and it's significantly easier to hop up and ask Mackenzie or Jeff a question if they are right there, because again they're right there and it's easy to get an answer and stuff, and it's something we can be like, okay, well, no, let's think about this a little bit more. So that's definitely a thing. But I also don't like get stuck somewhere in the office just not doing something productive, whether or not that's like talking to somebody or watching like the construction people work on the clock in Des Moines, which is very strange sometimes because they're up in the clock tower and it looks kind of weird. And I may the poor Bears. Yep, they didn't draft Mahomes and it's great, but that's okay. But yeah, probably just like going places and not worrying about the inherent dangers of it is probably the big thing, which can apply to a lot of things. And it's like, oh, thinking about going up to visit my folks this summer. Yep, can't really do that right now because, well, coronavirus and stuff. Door County finally got their first case, I think, a couple days ago, so we'll see how it all goes. But, yep, kind of scary, which is okay. I mean, it's not okay, but I've accepted the fact that it's going to be kind of scary. That's all right. Anyway, it is 11:45, 12:45 Eastern, so I guess we can sign off for now. Again, today's show was brought to you and powered by a caffeine pill, so that was great. And if you've got a sponsorship message that you would like me to include, or if you would like to come on the show at any point and provide your thoughts about something, please let me know. Please send me an email. Reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram too, I guess. Maybe not. But until tomorrow, same time, same place, have a wonderful day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I will talk to you tomorrow.